everybody, welcome you all. Today's class is all about the sociology of liberalization, privatization and globalization. You see, these three concepts are collectively called LPG policy. L stands for liberalization, P stands for privatization, G stands for globalization. So today I will be discussing the sociology of LPG policy, because there is a topic in your paper 2, that is effect of globalization on different areas of Indian society. For the purpose of understanding that topic, you should have a clear-cut idea with respect to the distinction between liberalization, privatization and globalization. You see, just make a derivation. Liberalization, liberalize plus ation, that is called liberalization. What is liberalize? Liberalize means converting the inward looking attitude of a society or of a country into outward looking attitude. So converting the inward looking attitude into outward looking attitude is called liberalize. Ation means process. Therefore, liberalization refers to the process by which the inward looking attitude of Indian economy was converted into outward looking attitude. What is that? You see, on 15th August 1947, our country attained independence. Henceforward, we became the makers of our own destiny. At that point of time, the makers of our nation, the nationalist leaders, they observed the fact that there were many developed countries in Europe and America, and we were a nascently formed nation, very newly formed nation. So the leadership of the day started thinking that India, being less developed, could not compete with the products of the more developed countries. That's the reason we basically gave emphasis on inward looking attitude with respect to our economy. So we adopted an approach that is called protectionist approach. How our companies, our industries, our products produced in industry will be protected from the attack of the products of the highly developed countries of the West. That's the reason generally we did not allow the finished goods of Western countries, developed countries, to enter into our market. This is called inward looking attitude. This is also called protectionist approach. So this protectionist approach with respect to our economy continued after attainment of independence till 1991. Within this period of time, lots of changes took place in the whole world. So in 1991, the leadership of our country decided that no, we cannot retain the inward looking attitude. So they reverted the approach. Right now, the leadership of our country decided to convert our inward looking attitude into outward looking attitude, and the process is called liberalization. Therefore, in single sentence, I can say liberalization refers to the process of change which took place in our economy by which the inward looking attitude of our economy was converted into outward looking attitude, so that the finished goods of Western countries can enter into Indian market and the manufactured goods of our companies can also enter into Western market. This process is called liberalization. Then next is privatization. What is privatization? Just make a derivation. Privatize plus ation, that is called privatization. Privatize means giving the responsibility of production and service providing activities in the hands of the private companies, private parties. Ation means process. So the process by which certain important manufacturing activities as well as service providing activities was given in the hands of the private companies, that process is called privatization. You see, while our country attained independence, we basically adopted a type of economy which is called mixed economy. Mixed economy means coexistence of public sector as well as private sector. Public sector means government. There would be government companies and there would be also private companies like Tata, like Birla, like Dalmia company, like Ambani's, Adani's, etc. So, there was private company, there were also government companies. Government companies means you can say railway. Government company means you can say Gas Authority of India Limited, Coal Authority of India Limited. So, in this way, in our country's economy, both private companies and public sector coexisted. That is called mixed economy. So, though after attainment of independence, India adopted a mixed economy, but the dominance of government company or dominance of government sector was higher. But subsequently, it was observed that in many areas, government companies, they could not make substantial profit. In the same areas, private companies made huge profit. So while government companies were making loss, at the same time, private companies were making profit. Subsequently, a committee was appointed. The name of the committee is called Mr. Subimal Datta Committee. Its objective was to see for what reason government companies were making loss while private companies were making profit. And Subimal Datta Committee observed the fact that in government sector, unnecessarily money was spent. For example, you can think about government corporation at the central level or state level. In government corporation, the chairman was a politician and chairman was occupying the rank of cabinet minister. So, a politician was appointed as chairman of the government company and enjoying the status of cabinet minister. So, in this way, there was huge wastage of government revenue. This type of wastage was not taking place in private companies. That's the reason private companies were making profit while government companies were making loss. So, Subimal Datta Committee categorically mentioned the fact that privatization of profit and nationalization of loss, this is the striking feature of mixed economy. I am repeating the sentence. Privatization of profit and nationalization of a loss is the striking feature of mixed economy in India. So in this way, Subimal Datta Committee recommended for privatizing most of the things. And in 1991, while a substantial change was taking place all over the world, at that point of time, the government of the day in India decided the fact that henceforward, in important areas of production as well as service providing activities, private companies will be allowed which were not allowed earlier. For example, I am telling you, earlier aviation sector, flying industry, in aviation sector, private companies were not allowed. So after 1991, in aviation sector, private companies like Jet Airways, like Indigo, like Kingfisher and others, they also started providing service. Apart from that, I am telling you, energy sector, nuclear sector, their private companies were not allowed earlier. But after 1991, a decision was taken in matter of allowing private companies in important areas of production like service like aviation, production like energy. So the process by which private companies were allowed to participate in the production as well as service providing activities, that process is called privatization. Then come to the next concept, that is globalization. What is globalization? Make a derivation. Globalize plus ation is called globalization. What is globalize? Globalize means to spread an item or an element or an idea into different parts of the world. Ation means process. Therefore, literally, globalization means it's a process of change or transformation by which ideas, informations, capital, commodity, productions are spreading all over the world. Or in other words, I can say the free flow of ideas, informations, capital, commodity as well as technology all over the world is called globalization. Globalization can be explained also in some other way. I am giving you a broader definition of globalization. I will be telling you that globalization is a process of socio-economic and cultural change by which the social boundaries among the different nations of the world are getting eroded, and slowly and steadily the whole world is getting converted into a single homogeneous entity. You see, all over the world one type of practice is emerging. All over the world, whole world is getting connected. What is that? You see, if the stock market of America is crashed, it will have impact upon India. If terrorism is growing its menace in Afghanistan, it will also impact Britain. If a new religion is emerging in Rwanda or Kenya, in no time it would be reaching in Indian society. If a new fast food item is emerging in Japan, in no time it would be reaching in India. So in this way, whole world is getting connected in the process of globalization, and freely ideas, information, capital, commodities are moving, are reaching in different parts of the world in the process of globalization. And in this way, liberalization, privatization and globalization, these are three interrelated concepts. How? You see, if we don't adopt liberalization, means if we don't convert our inward looking attitude into outward looking attitude, if we don't have liberal thought in our mind, privatization will not work. If we don't convert our inward looking attitude into outward looking attitude, globalization would become an impossibility. Therefore, I am telling you, these three concepts, they are interrelated concepts. Rest of the things, today just I discussed these three concepts. Rest of the things related to globalization and its impact on Indian society will be discussed in detail in my next class. So thank you a lot.